Recently, there's been a lot of talk about chemtrails. Skeptics have been denying the existence of chemtrails since the late 1990s, but here are the facts. If you don't believe in chemtrails, and you think I'm just some raving nutter spouting an ill-conceived conspiracy theory, stay tuned. I promise you'll be surprised, and by the end of this video, the chances are that you'll be convinced that what I'm saying is completely true. Chemtrails are real, and I'm going to expose the truth about the chemicals being spread around the globe in the atmosphere by thousands of aircraft every day. Icelandic volcanoes permitting, of course. For so many years, I just couldn't believe in the existence of chemtrails, but I've been doing extensive research, and this video will outline the results of my findings. The shocking truth is that mixed in with the jet exhaust from these chemtrail-spreading aircraft is a significant quantity of gaseous hydric acid. Gaseous hydric acid is very dangerous stuff, and exposure to just a small amount can cause severe and painful skin burns. Exposure to a large quantity can be lethal to almost every form of life on Earth, from bacteria to plants and animals. In fact, hydric acid is regularly used in the manufacture of pesticides, herbicides, and other poisons. Some of the gaseous hydric acid from these aircraft will disperse through the atmosphere invisibly, but a significant quantity will react with the cold air to produce very fine crystals of dihydrogen monoxide, which may spread across the sky in that familiar way so often depicted in articles and videos on the internet. Scientists have determined that chemtrails contain an average of 16 kilograms of crystallized dihydrogen monoxide per meter. Much of this dihydrogen monoxide eventually sinks to ground level. It's in the air that you breathe, and most people don't even realize. Dihydrogen monoxide can be very scary stuff. It's been responsible for more premature deaths throughout history than any other compound known to man. Here's an experiment you can do for yourself if you have access to a few spare lab animals. Just about any mammal will do, but for the sake of ease, the smaller the better. I'd advise against attempting this on the family pet, however. It's unlikely to make you popular, and you may even find yourself facing charges for cruelty to animals. Unless, of course, it's a goldfish. For some reason, dihydrogen monoxide does not appear to be toxic to fish. I'd suggest that rabbits are ideal test subjects for this purpose. I am not responsible for the harm you may inflict upon yourself or other creatures by attempting anything that I describe here. You do so at your own risk. First, you need some dihydrogen monoxide. In many parts of the world, you can obtain suitable quantities of this chemical for your experiments by leaving an open container outside in an unsheltered area for a sufficient period of time. There's often enough of it precipitating from our atmosphere for it to be easily collected this way. For those unable to collect it directly from the atmosphere, I have a significant amount of relatively pure dihydrogen monoxide stored here in my lab, and I'd be happy to ship a container or two if you're prepared to cover the relevant charges. I could even include some dehydrated hydric acid if you're brave enough to risk experimenting with the effects of this gas. Just add water and heat. After obtaining enough dihydrogen monoxide and allowing it to reach room temperature, place your unfortunate mammal in a sealed container and introduce the dihydrogen monoxide such that the test subject is assured of inhaling it. In nearly all cases, this will be almost immediately fatal. If your rabbit should happen to survive this procedure, then it's probably a witch and should be burned at the stake, and then served up with a selection of vegetables, potatoes and gravy. So next time someone is arguing with you about chemtrails, refer them to this video and let them hear the truth for themselves. I bet all you skeptics believe me now, eh?